All right, guys. So hopefully you have your 1 point perspective shapes from the last time we met, which I know wasn't last Monday because we didn't have school on Monday, but hopefully you have that out. If not, go ahead and grab it out now. You are also going to need something black to trace with, whether that's a marker, a pen, a Sharpie, a colored pencil, but you're going to want something black to trace with. And you may also still want to get your colored pencil or your, not colored pencils, guys, sorry, your ruler out because we are going to be tracing over all of this in Sharpie, pen, marker, whatever you have. Even if it's just like a ballpoint pen, guys, something like this, that'll work really well too. So colored pencil works that. Crayon might make it a little thick, but if you can keep a really nice thin line, a crayon will work well too. So first thing we're going to do today is going to go through and trace all of this. So I would just go slow, take your time, and a really good thing is if it feels like you're trying to like really twist yourself or just turn your paper. I know a lot of times for me, drawing side to side is easier than drawing up and down. So when I'm tracing this line, instead of trying to draw it from here to here, I'm just going to turn that and draw. But this may also be where you might prefer to still use your ruler or straight edge to make sure you keep that line really nice and straight. Because like we know, once this goes on, this pen, this marker, this colored pencil, whatever it is not going to come off or not very easily. So really go slow, take your time, and you are going to go outline all of these. So I'm going to speed it up. If you need to take some time, go ahead and pause the video. All right, guys, so you saw in that I turned my paper back and forth a whole bunch while doing this. So once you have everything all outlined and done there, the next step, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you guys to really get up close, what you're going to do is on the front of each shape, so not on this side part that goes towards that, and the triangles I find are the hardest to remember which is the front, so that would be that right there, but the kind of top of these, like if you were thinking of these like buildings that were up above and looking down on, what would be kind of the top of each building, you are going to draw using the same black that you used to outline, whether that was a pen, a colored pencil, a Sharpie, a marker, whatever it was, using that same thing, you are going to fill in each shape with a pattern. I would like you to use at least 5 different patterns before you start repeating. So if you use zigzags here, it's not that you can't use zigzags down here or somewhere else, but I don't want to see the same thing over and over again. So a minimum of 5 different patterns on your shapes before you start repeating them. So it can be one single pattern on each shape, or it could be kind of multiple to create it. And I'll kind of show you what I mean here. So I kind of went through and just did these curved lines all on this one as a single pattern, or you could do something where you use multiple shapes or lines over and over again to create the pattern. Because remember, a pattern is just when we repeat something. So like for this one, I could make a pattern out of kind of these little cloud shapes. As long as I am repeating them, I am making a pattern. But then I could also create a pattern by repeating these lines through it that I will, when I color this in, which we won't be doing today, color in a rainbow type pattern as well. So that's repeating lines and shapes to create a pattern. So kind of 2 patterns in one area to make this overall design. So you guys go through, and like I said, in the top of all of your patterns, or in the top of all of your shapes, getting ahead of myself, I want you to create different patterns. So I'm going to kind of speed this up, fast forward. You guys go through, creators, pause if you need to. And when we are done, that will kind of be where we stop for today. Next week, we will really move into color. All right, so as I'm kind of getting through here, guys, I'm finishing up. Now, I haven't really repeated any of my designs going through. However, like I said, you could as long as you have at least 5 different patterns. So even though multiples of mine have stripes, all of the stripes are slightly different. So it's not such a big thing that I have that because that's not such a big repeat. So I'm going to finish up my last space where I'm going to put a pattern, and that's going to be where we stop for today. Next week, we are going to start adding colors. So we need to hang on to this for at least one more week, make sure we know where we put it, and do that. So you guys go ahead, finish this up, put it somewhere safe, and we will finish up with color next time.